What's good, Washington fans? So I just wanted to go over some breakout candidates. I know I've done 5 standouts. Now I'm doing 5 breakout candidates, so I think who can have a great season this year. So it is the off season. Not a lot going on, except for Scott Brooks being fired by the Wizards. You know that's a parade, that's a party right there. We playing go-go everywhere. But yeah, so I'm just gonna make a couple off season. That's gonna be my schedule. Just make about 2 or 3 off season videos a week. Try to get a live stream a month, once a month or twice a month. With my do one stream with my members for once a month, and then I'm gonna try to do some more live streams. I'm gonna hop on some other live streams with other watching football YouTubers, so that should be coming soon. So stay tuned for that too. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about some breakout candidates, and then I have some other ideas that I already chose and have written down just to talk about the all season. Because training camp doesn't start until July 26th. So we got a nice little time. Unless we make a signing or a trade, which I doubt really happens until that time, there's not going to be any just breaking news type video. So I'm just had some ideas. And this is one of the ideas that I want to get to. So let's get started here. So my first breakout candidate is Antonio Gibson. Had a solid, really, really good rookie year last year. Him being the main running back, because in college, he played wide receiver and running back. Kind of played more wide receiver. Only got 30 carries as a running back. For him to come in as a rookie and play the way that he did was very remarkable. Was incredible. Had 795 yards on the ground. Had 1,000 all-purpose yards. And Scott Turner and Ron Rivera said they want to feature this guy more in the passing game, which we wanted to see more because he played wide receiver in college. The guy ran a 4.39, is strong as an ox. Breaks tackles, had 37 forced missed tackles last year, 4.7 yards per carry. So Antonio Gibson he's the cowboy killer. Santana Moss is the original cowboy killer, but Antonio Gibson looks like the next in line cowboy killer. 3 tubs on Thanksgiving, waving goodbye to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. So this guy can play. The only concern really is the turf toe. That's the only real concern. And he looked good, and he looked good in minicamps. He looked good in OTAs. He was catching out of the backfield. People were saying he looked fast. He looked faster than what he did last year. So there's still some concerns about turf toe, but he's looking strong and healthy. So I would have a little concern, but I wouldn't be scared about the situation. Now, he did miss 2 games last year because of the turf toe. He missed basically the whole Steelers game, and then he missed the Niners game. And then he missed the Seahawks game, where we definitely saw that we missed him. J.D. McKissick held it down, and Peyton Barber did a solid job. But we definitely could tell we missed the explosiveness from Antonio Gibson. And then also, a better passing game this year is definitely going to help Gibson out. Ryan Fitzpatrick or Heineke throwing the ball downfield, stretching the field to Curtis Samuel, stretching the field with Terry McLaurin and De'Ami Brown, having those speed demons, speed weapons on the outside, and Logan Thomas as well. At tight end, we have more of a balance. We're going to have way more of a balance, where last year it was more, Alex Smith checking the ball down, 5-yard pass here, 6-yard pass here, 8-yard pass to McKissick. We're going to have more of a balance, and that's definitely going to help our run game, because they're going to have to really respect our pass game, that we can throw the ball downfield and beat guys for like 60-yard passes to Terry and Curtis. So this is going to make it easier for Antonio Gibson, and they're going to have to respect him out of the backfield as well. So I'm expecting a 1,000-yard season for Antonio Gibson. I do think he's going to make that jump from 795 yards rushing to over 1,000 yards rushing this year. And then I think the receiving yards should go up as well. And then, of course, having an extra game, trying to keep him healthy. We do need to find that second guy that can carry the load, the football more, and take something off of Antonio Gibson's shoulders. But he's still young, and he still has a lot left in the tank, of course. So I think he definitely should be a breakout candidate this year. And I'm projecting him to have 1,000 yards this season on the ground. And then I would say about 350 through the air. I'm expecting 350. You saw the Ravens game where he had the potential. He had a nice run. It was a screen passing from Dwayne Haskins against the Ravens. And he took it up for 40, 50 yards. So expecting a big year for Antonio Gibson. Next for me is Sadiq Hudson. Sadiq Hudson has played really well in OTAs and in minicamps. He had the one-handed interception in OTAs. Then he had another interception on Fitzpatrick in minicamp, on that last day minicamp. So he played that Viper role in Michigan, where he was a blitzing safety or a blitzing linebacker coming off the edge, and he can cover as well. He led Michigan in tackles every year. It was more known as a special teams guy last year. Started against the Seahawks, had a good amount of tackles in that game. He was solid in that game. but I think he's going to get more of a role, not just being a special teams guy, but being an actual rotational guy. And I wouldn't be surprised if he started a couple games this year, more than just the 2 games that he started last year. Ron Rivera in a press conference at a NASCAR event or NASCAR competition last week brought up Khalid Hudson in that Buffalo nickel role. He went out of his way. He named Landon Collins, Cameron Curl, and Khalid Hudson. So him and Ron Rivera, they like Khalid Hudson a lot. They want to get this guy on the field more than just special teams. And I think he can contribute. He has good speed, good instincts. He does a good job of reading and reacting. So he's a guy that can cover running backs out of the flats. And I think he should do a good job this year. I'm expecting some more playing time from him. I'm not expecting a crazy year, like 100 tackles or anything like that. But I definitely think he can be a key piece in this defense. I think he can be one of those X factors and not just a depth piece. We have John Bostic, Jamin Davis is fast. So we added more speed to our linebacking core. We're adding Jamin Davis and Cole Holcomb. And then we can have, Khalid Hudson in that big nickel role. So that safety / linebacker hybrid role. So I'm excited to see Khalid Hudson and see what he can do, especially in preseason. He should get a lot of snaps and featured a lot. So next for me is Curtis Samuel. Each year he's gotten better with Carolina. He had 100 yards receiving his first year. Then he went up to 400. Then the third year he had 800 something yards. So each year he's gotten better. And, Scott Turner using him as a running back / wide receiver. Him being that second guy next to Terry McLaurin and Fitzmagic looking to throw the ball downfield. Or Heineke, keep saying Heineke too. They're going to look for Curtis down there. And guys, one thing I love to say is that you can't just double Terry McLaurin anymore. So it should be single coverage on Terry and Curtis. And Curtis can burn his man, get downfield. Curtis had one of the highest catch rates downfield last year. And he caught 77 catches last year off of 91 targets. So the guy, he's a chain mover. He's good on third down. He's going to be a big third down target for Ryan Fitzpatrick. And in that running game, Scott Turner, he loves reverse. He loves jet sweeps. He loves doing that last year. Did a lot with. He even did it with AGG last year and Steven Sims last year. So I think, we use this guy as more of just a gadget player and just position flex. I think he can do really well this year. I'm expecting, more than just 850 yards receiving from him. I think he can definitely get over 1,000 yards, especially with us trying to throw the ball downfield. We have 2 quarterbacks that are looking to throw the ball downfield in Ryan Fitzpatrick and Taylor Heineke. So I'm expecting big things for Curtis. Like I said, you cannot just double and really key on one guy. Diami's going to attract a lot of attention as well. Terry is, and Curtis will as well. Curtis was a third option receiver last year with the Panthers. They spread it out with DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. So now he's going to be our number 2 option behind Terry. So I think he's going to be featured a lot more in the offense. So I'm excited to see what Curtis can do. I think he's definitely going to have a breakout year coming up. Next for me is kind of a sleeper. I think somebody that people aren't really thinking about too much is Jeremy Reeves. He had an 84.1 Pro Football Focus grade last year. Played well when he started. The Cowboys game was he played really, really well. You see one play where they had a screen pass, Andy Dalton. I think he threw the ball to CeeDee Lamb. And he recognized the play. He told Cam Curl, hey, look out for the screen. And Cam Curl just went down there and stopped CeeDee Lamb for a 1-yard gain. So that was one of the big plays by Jeremy Reeves. Jeremy Reeves also had an interception against the Eagles last year. Granted, it was Nate Sudfeld, but it was basically a game-sealing interception that we definitely needed to get to the playoffs. So Jeremy Reeves, man, he showed a lot of promise. He's played well in previous preseasons, and I'm happy that he got the opportunity. He said he trusts Ron Rivera and that he owes some of his career to Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera could have brought in Eric Reed, or he tried to bring in Eric Reed, offering the practice squad spot. But Eric Reed was like, no, I want to be signed to the actual roster. Ron Rivera could have just signed Eric Reed to the actual roster, but he was like, nah, you know what? I'm going to give the young man Jeremy Reeves a chance, and Jeremy Reeves played well. Graded out at 84.1, Pro Football Focus grade. And I think if he gets more playing time, he could fight for that starting free safety spot. I do like Bobby McCain. I think, honestly, if I had to bet, I probably think Bobby McCain would be our day 1 starter, maybe DeShazer Everett. So we have a lot of guys that can compete for that spot. But if Jeremy Reeves does beat out those guys and earn that starting free safety spot, he's got the speed and the play recognition. He's just a smart player, so he can definitely go out there and make some plays. So I think if he does start, he could be another breakout, a sleeper or a breakout player for the Washington football defense, especially behind this front 7. Him and the communication between him and Cam Crow, they have a really good chemistry. They played pretty well together last year down the stretch. And then the last guy for me is Sadiq Charles. If he can just be on the field, man, he played left tackle in practice and OTAs and minicamps. He was the backup left tackle He can play guard. He can play right. He played right tackle in college. He played a lot of spots. He has position flex as well. If the man can just stay healthy, was one of the top tackles in the SEC blocking for Joe Burrow. If the young man can just stay healthy, man, then he can definitely have a breakout year. It's kind of like how you define breakout. If a guy hasn't played at all, which is basically what Sadiq's case. I don't call rookies. I don't consider rookies for breakout players because they haven't played at all. And it's almost the same case with Sadiq. So it's kind of hard putting him on this list, but he did actually take a snap. So and it's going to be hard for him to get playing time. But I do think, if he finds a way to get playing time, he can definitely break out, man. Ron Rivera's expecting a lot of big things from him as well. And then honorable mention is Taylor Heineke. And then also, there is an article. I'll read the article to you real quick. This is from CBSSports.com. They had a list of breakout players for each team, all 32 teams. And they picked Taylor Heineke for the Washington football team. This is what the article says here. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the starter in Washington for now. It doesn't feel like Ron Rivera is super over the moon about it at the moment when you hear step out of character and point out at how having good weapons mean they don't have to rely as much on the quarterback. What he'll soon be reminded of is how untrue that statement is, and it's not like Fitzpatrick hasn't been in a situation wherein the guy behind him became the guy in front of him in the middle of the season. Heineke is a fan favorite who did good things in the absence of Alex Smith and Dwayne Haskins last season, leading to a contractual re-up this offseason. Heineke could very well overtake Ryan Fitzpatrick in 2021, and especially if Fitzpatrick has more turnovers than magic tricks. So don't go forgetting about quarterback number 2 in Washington, because he might be quarterback 1 before it's all said and done. So Taylor Heineke, man, if he does play, I think he will do well. I think he has the tools. He knows Scott Turner's offense like the back of his hand. He's a smart guy. Ryan Fitzpatrick's a smart guy, went to Harvard. Taylor Heineke's smart. He was in grad school, almost finishing up. But Heineke, man, he's just fearless. I keep saying it. He's fearless. He's tough. He's a dual threat quarterback. He can run. He's not scared to throw the ball downfield. You look at the 2 games that he played in. I know it's just 2 games, but the playoff game was a huge game, and the guy stepped up, the legend of Taylor Heineke. So if he does get on the field, if it is actually a legitimate competition, Taylor Heineke could definitely go out there and surprise some more people. He wouldn't be surprising me if he played well. Personally, I don't think he would be surprising a lot of you guys either. But this man, Taylor Heineke, the guy can play, man. And Kurt Warner, he came out of nowhere. Jeff Garcia was undrafted, playing with the Canadian Football League. Jake Delhomme was undrafted. Tony Romo, undrafted. So I think what people get caught up on is that you have to be a drafted quarterback or something that we all know about to be a good quarterback. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes people come from the XFL or the CFL and they're undrafted and they have good careers. So that's why I think some people who hate on Taylor Heineke, who don't think he has a legitimate shot or a chance, I think that's where people are coming from. Now, I'm not gonna get too hyped up and say Taylor Heineke is going to start, but at the same time, man, the guy has a legitimate shot. If you let the guy play and see what he can do, man, he has the tools. He has the team behind him. Chase Young hyping him up in that playoff game. He has the tools and the moxie and the guts and the fearlessness to make plays. He just has to stay healthy. Now, he did gain 15 pounds, so we'll see what the young man can do, man. I do like some Heineke. So that's my list right there. Taylor Heineke was on the honorable mention. So we got Antonio Gibson, Khalid Hudson, Curtis Samuel, Jeremy Reeves, and Sadiq Charles. Those are my 5 potential breakout candidates. If you think I missed anybody, please let me know. I could throw in Cam Sims in there, consider him maybe. But he's going to be the 4th or 5th option, so it's kind of hard to put him on the list as well. So, all right, you guys, hail the football team. Peace.